Let's do a 2-box nickel hunt. Roll 14, and we're finally going to have a nickel from the 40s. 1941. Ooh, nice. Out of San Francisco. Roll 20, and we're finally going to have another find from the 40s. 1947. Out of Denver. Roll 23. And we're going to have a slightly toasty 1940 out of Philly. Roll 25, and I think we may have found a special mint set nickel. 1965, you can see how nice the field is there. It does not have hardly any steps. So maybe it's been in circulation a while or just long enough to get rid of the steps, but 2.3 million of these were made, so I may have to do a little bit more research on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Roll 33, and we're going to have our first nickel from 1939, well, or from the 30s. And it's got a big scratch up there. Dang it. 1939, out of Philly, and it's got another scratch. Dang it, Jim. Roll 38, and we're going to have our second coin from the 30s from 1938. I've already looked at the back. It is out of Philly, so it is not a key date, but that's still pretty sweet. Roll 43, and we're going to have our fourth coin from the 40s, 1940, out of Philly. Roll 44, and we've got a 1942. This is the year they started making nickels out of 35% silver, but this one does not look silvery. 1942, yep, no mint mark above the Monticello building. So it's a 1942 out of Philly, non-silver nickel. Roll 48, and we've got a Buffalo nickel. No mint mark, pretty decent detail, and we have a date. 1937 out of Philly. That is sweet. And that's it for the hunt. That was a pretty good box, despite not having a lot of finds from the 40s. Let me give you a quick recap. I did pick up one nicer 1966. It doesn't have many steps. It's got a few, well, you can't see it there, but it's got a few lines. That may be a book upgrader. And I believe this is a 1965 SMS. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Got a total of 14 from the 50s, the lowest minimum one being this 1952 out of Denver. Just 5 from the 40s, and the lowest minimum one being this 1941 out of San Francisco, which barely beat the 1942 out of Philly. Got a total of 21 2024s out of Philly. These are still selling on eBay. Well, the Philadelphia ones are selling for about 10 bucks a roll. And then we got one 1939 out of Philly with a couple scratches. One 1938 out of Philly, which is pretty sweet. The best find in the box is this 1937 out of Philly Buffalo nickel. So let me get started with box number 2, and I'll come back when I've got something good. Roll number 2, and we're going to have our first find from the 40s. 1947, ooh, nice, out of San Francisco. Roll number 4, and our second find is another 1947. This one's out of Philly. Roll number 9, and we're going to have a variety. This is on the 2004 out of Philly. This is the DDO FS 101, and what you're looking for is doubling on the serifs on the right of the 2 and the 4. Also the zeros in the middle of the date, they're much thicker. So that's a pretty sweet find. Roll 18, and we're gonna have a V-nickel right there. I just found one of these last week. I only find them about every 3 or 4 months. And this is 2 in a row. Let's see what date it is. 1908 out of Philly. 117 years old. That is sweet. Roll number 12. And we're going to have a coin from 1940. Oh, nice. Out of San Francisco. Roll 25. And we've got a 1946 out of Philly. Roll 33. And we've got a 1940 out of Philly. Roll 36. And we've got a 1949 with a scratch on it. And another scratch. 1949 out of Philly. Roll 38. And we've got a 1941 out of Philly. Roll 42. And we're going to have a 1942. Does not look silvery. And it's not. And it's pretty slick. 1942 out of Philly. Roll 48. And we've got a 1941 out of Philly. And that's it for the hunt. That was another great box. Let me give you a quick recap. We found 10 from the 50s, the lowest bid one being a 1952 out of San Francisco. 9 from the 40s, the lowest bid one being this 1947 out of San Francisco. Found a total of 16 2024s out of Philly. I did get one 2024 out of Denver, and then one 2025, which is not as rare as the 2024. I just keep those for my album, even though I just noticed that one has a ding on it. Dang it, Jim. We got this 2004 FS101 DDO. That's pretty sweet, but the best find of the box, even though it is slicker than slick, 1908 V-nickel out of Philly. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, click that like button and subscribe.